John and Alison Bateson, founders of Stratlab. Stratlab started in 1996, so we've been running now for bang on 25 years this year, and have just completed the sale of the business to a company called Atom Scientific. As with a lot of the companies, we started off in our front bedroom, moved out, grew out to local premises, and actually now I find myself working for Atom Scientific back into the same bedroom, which is kind of ironic. Yeah.
I'm not sure whether John just mentioned we are suppliers of laboratory equipment, chemicals and consumables.
Yeah, that's right. The more I get to know them and speak to them, the reason they wanted to buy us is because we have a lot more orders, a lot smaller orders than them, but they tend to be bigger value, and they're going into other businesses. They're going more into the environmental laboratories, the food beverage laboratories, testing laboratories, which are markets that they're not really into at all. So in terms of the overall fit, I can see why they want us. So there is a good fit. They've taken on our people as well. We have a sort of almost encyclopedic knowledge of suppliers, particularly, even more than customers, which is dreadful. Should be the other way around. I knew of the name and certainly didn't know the people involved. Didn't know what they did particularly, and I don't think we'd ever bought from them. Because we've been around for quite a long time, when you do get a feel for the various players in our market, there were additional ones that you found that we weren't aware of. There were ones that, you know, probably of the 80 or 90 or so that were selected, or the ones that came back, signed the NDA and came back and did talk to us in a bit more detail, were, in nearly all of the cases, I could see a decent match. I'd probably suggest people don't hang back in employing somebody like yourselves, because it certainly helped us having someone there that we could hold hands with. So my single piece of advice is do it properly like this. If you do it on your own, unless you really trust the buyer, you could end up getting absolutely shafted.
And also you don't have time to do all the research that you did when you're trying to run a business as well. I think what we're saying in a nutshell, we got value for money, and we're very pleased that we had you behind us. No, I didn't find it.
You had a lot of paperwork to do.
Well, that was going to always land on my desk, and that was fine. Whatever you're selling is going to land on your desk, and you've just got to work through it. So I didn't find that difficult at all, the paperwork.
It certainly challenges your organisational skills, and I can imagine some companies, when we're lucky, we haven't, you know, Alison's been able to sort of pick her hands up.
That's actually something that could be something to suggest before you start the whole process. Make sure your paperwork is in order. Make sure you know where all the bits are. I'm sure and make sure all your accounts are up to date. Some people who might not have a system like ours that makes us be organised, some people could have chaotic accounts. So before you start, really make sure you're up to date with everything. Chatting to lots of different companies, it was quite interesting. Where the people's what they thought they could do with us, or it was I enjoyed that bit.
Kind of interesting talking to some of our competitors as well, because some of them were work companies we compete with. Some work companies we buy from or sell to even. That was kind of interesting. To me, it's getting rid of. It's being able to look forward with our the next things we're going to do in our life. In my case, I'm still working, but I'm looking forward to actually working in a different way, with not the day-to-day grind. Absolutely.
The staff were absolutely great.
Really good. very good.
Yeah.
Hi, yeah, absolutely. Will be make sure that you employ Simona, because wow, what a woman. No, that was really good. And feel free to, yeah, if anybody wants to talk to us about it, yeah, here we are.